Previously on the Goblin Market, the crew smuggled the Book of the Dead out of Bellinond and lifted the curse on that once great city. But with their success brought a Sophie's choice for the crew when they entered the curator's vault. They were offered several choices on what to do with the book, and they ultimately chose both the unselfish and the good options by severing the book from its master, the Goblin King Fitzroy. Now they recover in their new homes in the astral plane, awaiting orders. Let's see what happens this week on the Goblin Market.
To the river they tread, only to be swept away.
Morning and evening you may hear the cry, candies and berries and baubles to try, sweet to the tongue and sound to the eye, but heed words of caution when you then decide to come by, come by, get, come by, come by, get, come by, come by.
Just beware the Goblin Market.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. You are listening to the Goblin Market on the Dungeon Dads Network. Quality network. As always, I'm your DM.
Real loose with the name of this network.
Tom Blaylock. Super high quality. For us, it is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day, everybody.
Yeah, this
Happy
is how
Father's
we
Day.
choose to spend the end of our Father's
This is
Day.
it. This is
Yes.
it. And as always, I am joined by Tim Carr, Sam Frank, and John Watson. What's up, fellas?
Yo!
What is up?
Hey.
So, I want to get right back into it, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
I guess.
Guess so. All right. So we're going to experience a little bit of a time flash forward. Not flash forward. You're gonna spend a few weeks here in the Goblin Market.
Okay, before that, there are three things I want to do.
Fuck you. It's always the same.
Just
It's always the same, and it's always funny, I guess.
Happy Father's Day!
So here is the deal. You all have your new homes are sort of connected to each other and inside the stables, and you all have your new mounts, which you have taken out, saddled up, ridden around just to like get the general feel of it. Markeef told you that it's going to be important that you take these mounts with you on your next mission. He's hinted that you're going to go to Hardat, but time just keeps slipping by.
Keeps on slipping
Fitzroy,
into the future.
yeah, if Fitzroy is up in this tower and hasn't come down, you haven't talked to him again since seeing him outside of the vault. Markeef has been away. He told you he was going to be doing some legwork in Hardat before your mission, and so you've just kind of been laying low in the new Azure Foundry Goblin Market. So I want to just sort of do a little bit of hand waving, but I want to know when your characters are bored in a new place, but it's like very familiar to you, although it's full of new people. Like, what's the ways, how do you pass the time between finishing your mission and sort of starting your new one?
Reading.
You're reading? What are you reading? What does Charnak read?
Anything that he has access to in the archives.
So he has the archives are beautiful, and they are accessed the same way that you fill out the journal entries. So you have both the option to go sort of very old school, non-magic, and actually check out books. But you also have the option to take some of these floating pins and essentially create your own reading list in a one of these floating books that, you know, you sort of ask questions and it will sort of deliver pieces of chapters, whole books, entirely up to you. So what's
I don't think Charnak trusts a magical device like that to return, trustworthy
right
information. Like anything where you can just type a question in or write a question in, and then it
And
comes back with
mysteriously,
the
yeah.
information to you. I don't know that he would trust that. I think he wants to go to the primary sources.
Okay, so here is tell me subject areas that you're interested in, and I'll say he reads fast, right? He's a pretty, yeah. So
he is the smartest one in the party.
Well, so tell me some things that he is interested in learning about, and
history of the Azure Foundry. I think anything about sort of kybering and the process of making liches and the history of this conflict. He wants to get on firmer ground and not necessarily be relying on one other source to tell us what's going on here.
Yeah, so I will say that there's lots about the magic that you use when you are like doing your kybers, like running your kybers and controlling your reams. You're able to read quite a bit about the Azure Foundry and the sort of schism of the sort of original Goblin market.
Love a schism.
Yeah, and sort of weirdly lacking is any information about liches in the archives, and to the point where it's almost like you're going to some of these sources, and in one of the histories of the Azure Foundry, you see reference to sending out the best scouts to search for the foulest of beasts. And then there's like lists of beasts and creatures that sort of very evil things that these original scouts went out and found. Sometimes they killed, sometimes it like launched, multi-year campaigns to bring them down. But there's like no mention of liches. But there are about 30 scouts stories that are referenced in these histories that are like it's almost like nothing, like everybody else, they sort of tell their complete story. Even if the story is, and they went to a D plane and were never heard from again, these folks, nothing about them. And I will give
they're on the roster, but not in the tale.
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And give me a history check.
History 17.
All right. So, in your conversations with Markeef, he brought up that you were going to be meeting up with a Goblin original in Hardat, and he said his name was Aeol Durin. And
I'd rather meet with a young Durin.
Aeol, E-O-L is his name. E-O-L, Aeol. And
Aeol Durin.
He says, and you, as you're reading through, one of those names of missing Goblin scouts was named Aeol Durin. And that's sort of like, it's interesting, I mean, it's it's not 100% clear if this is
but also
the same
interesting
person.
How little of this is written in the archives, considering was it Fitzroy told us this is basically the whole purpose of the Azure Foundry.
The whole purpose of the Azure Foundry. You got it. Okay, so you also learned some new things about kybering, and same thing as with the liches. You get to this point in ancient history of the Goblin market where they're developing this magic. And then there's just a lot of writing on why we shouldn't be doing this kind of domination magic, that it comes with its own inherent dangers, not just to the person performing the magic, but also it sends ripples through the weave, this thing argues, and that it's unpredictable in the way that and you find very few mentions of the word Kyber. That does seem to be something that is from your Goblin market,
from the Horde,
and not from like the Azure Foundry. But you recognize exactly the kind of magic that it is, exactly what you all do, until you get to more recent history, 25 to 30 years ago. The Azure Foundry had begun doing this under the tutelage of Fitzroy, and it has some names of other Kybers that are out in the world doing missions for this Goblin market. You've heard of none of them, though.
Okay.
And finally, history of this conflict. I mean, anything you want to know, ask me a question. You find it here.
I don't know that I have any questions right now.
Sure. Okay.
But if somebody tries to tell us something later, I want to go, does that fit with what I read?
Yeah, that's totally
archives?
fine.
Right?
I will say you do get the sense that the schism happened as the Goblin market was fighting against Vlaakith and the Gith in the astral plane. That like that somehow was a part of the original schism. It's not clear who did what, but definitely this was the Goblin market was almost singularly focused on a war with the Gith during this period, the recently freed Gith from the Mind Flayers.
Okay.
All right. So Tim, how about you? How do you think you'd be spending your time in this Goblin market?
Don't say reading about the history of the Azure Foundry. I already took that one, Tim.
You did indeed. I think there would be a little bit of bonding with the new mount, the giant goat. I think there would be, some organizing and sort of making the lair space that we've been given our own. Where are our reams?
So, they went with Markeef back into Hardat, and he told you that he was going to be laying some groundwork for you, but he also told you were not going to be able to use these reams because they're recognized. So okay. His plan, which he shared with your reams, with Busk and with
Davman
and Splendor. Sorry, is that they are sort of going to be doing
menial house labor.
Yes, but Markeef wants them to be seen in a different part of Hardat. He wants them to be seen in a place, because the Goblin market is all over here. The spies are everywhere, and he doesn't want them looking in the part of Hardat you're going to be. So he's setting them up in a sort of safe house that is safe, but sort of out in the open enough that a good spy will find them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think Eabis is spending some time experimenting with the, sort of the newfound ability to dominate self. And then Eabis was also, she learned how to dominate. It was the children, but also basically to force dominate a third party. And I don't think she's, killing anybody in order to practice it, but I think sort of like going through the motions, almost like a sort of meditation on just sort of the innate abilities that they now have.
Yeah.
Through all of this.
All right. So here's what I'd like for you to do. I want you to give me a non-proficient charisma check.
Okay.
And this is sort of part of your the dominating self, and I'm going to see how far you get into this as you're sort of working through this new magic.
So from my Kyber sheet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So non-proficient charisma check. So let's see. That is a cumulative 20.
Okay, so I'm glad this happened to you, because I think it's really kind of an interesting thing that happens as you're doing your meditations and you're sort of channeling both into yourself, but also you've met a couple of people around the Goblin market who are totally willing to let you hone your magic on them. And you have been writing your mount. What's your goat's name? Do you have a name yet?
I have not thought of a name yet.
All right. Well, I will tell you this, that, this is not like a found steed. You don't have a telepathic connection to it. You don't have all of that, at least not yet, unless you have dominate animal. But you are getting really attuned with this mount, and to the point where after just a couple of weeks of riding every day, when you are on your goat, you have proficiency in animal handling.
Okay.
Okay. And so
I'd like to think that Eabis is also trying to learn to speak goat.
Yeah, sure.
trying to call the goat from a distance to see if it comes trotting over like a mount would, like a dog would when you whistle.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not annoying at all.
I would have accepted whistle. But the bleeding is,
there's some training going on. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I might have peaked my microphone there.
No, it's okay. I'm going to have you do, what would be a culture check? What's a good culture check?
Oof.
Something about, like, I guess it could be perception. I'm just thinking about, like, picking up on the social cues of the Goblin market here.
I mean, that seems like perception, just to be like,
I would say a stealth check combined with a history check.
Stealth check and hit. That's not bad. That's stealth as it is in
that's
history.
Just what Sam thinks. That's what Sam thinks.
I mean, it's.
I think. I mean, history does make sense, but I think perception also makes sense because you're watching. Or
okay. How about this? Perception or history, and then I think performance.
Okay. I mean, my perception is better. Okay. And my performance is okay. All right. So first perception, 12.
Okay.
And then a performance check, 10.
Okay. This is perfect. Sort of middle of the road. You're getting to know things here. You've definitely, you feel like you've ruffled a few feathers. Look, you're riding a goat and you're bleating loudly. As you ride, through farms, like around the tower. Nobody else really is riding mounts except for you three, and so you might have ruffled some feathers here.
Okay,
John, how about you?
Well, before Busk leaves, Dinfa and Busk train. Okay, and it's not Dinfa teaching Busk anything. It's Busk working with Dinfa. And he's telling him you hold back too much. What do you mean? You do not hold back. I will show you. And so they begin working with. He begins showing him how to use the halberd. Dinfa uses the quarterstaff, and through that, Dinfa gets better at using powerful weapons, and this is kind of how he builds into great weapon master.
I see. Because this is something Busk actually can do.
Right.
Like, Busk is really good with this. Okay.
Right.
I gotcha.
And he's also kind of he's teaching Dinfa a different style of fighting, because Busk is actually a barbarian, and Dinfa's learning more of what that means.
And here's what I'm going to do for you as well is so obviously you get your feats, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you're also doing things where you're learning how to occupy Busk while still letting him drive. And so I'm going to have you do, again, highest mental stat, probably wisdom. Is that right?
Wisdom's my highest.
So give me a wisdom check, straight wisdom check.
15.
Excellent. What's something else that Busk is good at that Dinfa would be learning from him? Do you have athletics proficiency already?
Not through Dinfa.
No, but on your controlled ream, you do?
Yeah, on the controlled ream, yeah.
So, I would give you athletics, or
I will take expertise.
That's tricky. That's a big one.
This is coming back to like, everybody got a gift. Sam got a secret.
Sam?
Not saying I didn't ask for it.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to Dinfa will have proficiency in athletics
as a Kyber,
just as himself out in the world.
Yeah.
And when you are in your controlled ream, this is going to translate out into 10 extra feet of jumping.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So through that, I get proficiency in athletics as the Kyber. I was moving more towards that anyway. I wanted Dinfa himself to start training and to get better, get stronger.
Yeah.
As himself, and by doing that and knowing more about what his own body can do, he can better translate that into whoever he is controlling.
All right.
And dominating. And then on top of that, he can't, because he's doing this training, he's not able to go in depth the way that Charnak is, but there is no way that he's not reading everything about every single goblin market that has ever been created. So he's trying to find out, he found out there was a schism. He knows that there are 2 goblin markets. He's trying to find out if there are more and how to get to them.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a let's see here. I'll give you a history check. I'll do you a history check as well. And you're not going to have nearly the chances of learning this stuff as Charnak does.
Sure.
But you are looking for something a little different. And
22.
And you are absolutely going through the archives here. You are absolutely convinced that all that's left of the Goblin Market is the Azure Foundry that you're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
A cult that has grown up and has formed a temple that has been basically lost. Its location, no one knows its location here in the Foundry, but they do come across Goblin originals that are a part of the temple occasionally.
And this cult exists in the astral plane?
This cult, the assumption is that they have also built their temple in the astral plane, somewhere not near here, but somewhere in the astral. And it's how they were sort of staying a little bit out of time with the other planes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but they are concentrated on wildly different things than the Azure Foundry and the Horde.
What do they want?
So they seem to be mostly concerned with sort of historical preservation of items. And now that you know what you know about the Azure Foundry and that they are actually actively destroying these things, you sort of see that there might be a problem there between these two groups that are like, nothing comes out and says we're in conflict with the temple. There's nothing like that. It's all just you're inferring from the kinds of things that they're doing. They're sort of holding up, magical items. They're both stealing. You're both stealing them from the planes. You're collecting them, right? And it seems like your group is concerned with destroying or controlling, and the temple is concerned with holding up and idolizing these things.
It belongs in a museum.
Yes. Yeah.
Sounds like some kind of temple of doom.
Yes.
And so it's just those three, the cult, the Azure Foundry, and then King Bodum's market.
Yes.
That we just left.
And then I'm going to go back to Sam for 1 second, because also I want you to get
because I read
something
Elvish, like
Dinfa
doesn't, I'm sure.
Well, tell me what knowledge proficiencies you have. You have history?
Knowledge proficiencies. I do not have history.
So you now are proficient in history.
Hey-o.
Like, you have been pouring through these books, and proficiency in history means something here because you've studied a lot of like botanical books, but now you're really getting into the sort of non-science side of things, and it suits you.
Sweet.
All right.
Now I feel like a dick.
Well, I mean, it's true that I thought you already had history, but I looked at one of those at your history roll, and I was like, 3 doesn't sound like that's correct. So you spent your whole time doing this work. So here is, during this time, Marquise been gone a while, and Tim Eabis is in her abode. I'll give you a chance to briefly describe it. But you get a knock on the door, and he starts pounding on the door.
So Eabis is sitting in her abode. It looks a bit like the walls seem like they're clay, almost adobe. It kind of has a little bit of the vibe of the inside of a kiln, which is weird, but it's kept warm. It's a little bit of that like flavor of where she came from in there. It's not deep red. It doesn't look evil, but it's just, it's warmer than most people would probably keep their homes. But the clay just sort of helps keep it there. And it's, pretty sparse in terms of furnishings, mostly functional stuff, nothing exceedingly comfortable looking. But she gets up off of a stool that she's sitting on and goes to the door and sort of puts her ear to it and, who is there? What is it?
Open the door. It's Tavernth Multhair.
She opens the door. How can I help you, Tavernth?
And Tavernth is holding Eabis's saddle in his hands. He is a goblin.
Okay.
He is considerably smaller than you, and the saddle is like dragging on the ground, and he sort of pushes it toward you, but he's not able to move you back as he does it, so he like tosses it at your feet, and it goes down the grass.
Why do you have this?
Well, you left it by my feeding trough.
I left it by your feeding trough.
Yes. Listen, these stables ain't just for mounts. You understand? I run a booming business of astral slug cultivation. And you're going to leave this and you're putting mundane dust in my water on these precious slugs?
I'm sorry, the slugs do not dirty the water. How do they clean themselves before they touch it? I apologize. That is not...
It's going to take more than apology. I got at least a week's worth of phosphor shavings that I have to add to this water now. You can't just get phosphor shavings anywhere in the astral plane. You got to go to one of the planes out there that has phosphorus.
Okay.
I just happen to have extra phosphorus, but I had to buy it.
Okay, so what are you asking me?
37 gold. Real gold, not goblin gold. And he points to his face. He says, I'll know the difference.
I'm sure that you will. 37 gold seems like a lot for some water that my goat drank.
He sort of smacks his lips. He says, look, you seem nice.
And I am paying you for the use of the stables, am I not?
It's customary in the Azure Foundry that when you come on new, you give a gift of origin. Now, I got no gift of origin, and now I have to buy a bunch of phosphor.
I don't follow the gift of origin.
It's like this. It's like you're a rookie. You're supposed to take us out to dinner. Do you know what I mean? You're new here. You're supposed to throw a party or something. It's a gift of origin.
Ah, I see. These customs are new to me, and I have never been explained to them before.
Markeef ought to have.
Well, perhaps we should take that up with him, but perhaps this is also something that I can take up with my compatriots, and we can give a gift of origin together?
That sounds fine.
So, as far as the water for Kozel, my goat, what is it that would be a solution to this not happening again?
Okay, listen. I can't help but notice you're a devil.
This is not the word we use, but I understand your meaning.
Apologies. So here's what I'm thinking. How often do you get back to Devil Country?
Rarely, if ever.
Yeah. Well, I'm not exactly welcome there. We'll call it even. Throw a party, get some ale, do something, invite the neighbors. Next time you go to Devil Country, could you bring me back a pound or two of phosphor so I can shave it and put it in that water?
That seems like a reasonable request, though I cannot promise how quickly I will be there.
I've been here a long time. I'm sure you'll be here long enough to get me some phosphor.
Okay. I can do that. And as far as Kozel goes, if you need him to drink from a separate trough of water, just make that easy, and perhaps don't. You want
to take him to the cleric. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how goats do with phosphor, and I think he drank several slugs. Sometimes
he has not been behaving strangely to me.
Okay, well, just be careful. Maybe get your own trough of water.
I thought that was what the stables were for, but if I need to keep him somewhere else, I suppose.
It says right there above the entryway. It says Tavern's Stable of Slugs. This is not your normal horse stable, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, welcome to the neighborhood.
Well, thank you, Tavern, and I will see to Kozel and try to find him another place to stay, I suppose.
He can stay here. Just have him drink different water.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So
high stakes drama.
High stakes drama here at the Tavern's Stable of Slugs. All right, so you make right. You get some buckets of water. Guzzle is appropriately named because he drinks a shitload, a lot more than
Well,
than
it's Kozel, but sure. Kozel, maybe Tavernth calls him Guzzle because of the behavior. I don't know that Eabis notices the difference.
All right. So in the third week, you all get a simultaneous knock on your doors. And
Tricky.
And Markeef is standing in the front of Dinfa's door, but he's got like separate mage hands knocking on the other two of your doors. And he says, "Okay, welcome. Hello. I am back. It is I, Markeef Dej. Where shall we chat?"
Markeef. Yes, hello. How are Busk and the others?
They're very well. They are in the Hardat city now. Well ensconced, and I am not worried in the least. Idea is with them, and I think they've been noticed now by some of Bodum's men who are just tentatively watching, which has always been the goal.
All right. Is this conversation, should it be private?
Well, I think the three of you we can all chat. Whose house should we be in?
But should we just come into my room? Is
Sure.
what I'm asking.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, sure. You have some tea or bulla, yeah?
What?
Tea or bulla?
Water?
Fine.
Come on in. It's fine. Come on.
All right.
Charnak, Eabis.
Okay.
All right, so what's your place look like, John?
Charnak shuffles over.
Eabis comes in, brings a kettle,
Okay, awesome.
and then like snaps her fingers and starts a little fire somewhere off in whatever the kitchen would be and heats up some water.
Plenty of water. Have as much as you like. They walk in, and it's very open. There is actually a little area, a mat, where I can do a little bit of training for myself. A lot of push-ups, a lot of yoga, meditation. You know, it's not a incredible workout area. I do big training other places, but they were able to make a spot for me to do that. By my bed is the headboard is actually shelving for books, and so I have a few books that are there, but it's all the stuff that I would like, rather than anything. It is all Goblin related. It's all the books that I found about the Goblin market. I just kind of checked them out, brought them back to the room. A little bit of light reading here, rules of the Azure Foundry, and the things that I could possibly find. But
let me ask
you.
They
told me this one was checked out. Have you been hoarding all the books, Dinfa?
Well, what's funny is, I mean, John, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Dinfa seems like the kind of dude who, he wants like really interesting books, but he does flip through them to make sure there's some pictures in there. Like, he likes the paintings. Am I wrong?
Etchings here and there.
Yeah,
It depends on the book, but he definitely admires the artwork in a lot of them. It wants to see what certain people looked like. Wants to see. He's
I'm not saying he's not intelligent. I'm saying he likes pictures too. He's more than just the words. You know what I mean?
Every now and then. But and I would think that he and Charnak probably ran into each other a few times in their research, and Charnak knows what Dinfa's got.
Yeah.
Said, yes, I checked this out, but yes, you can have a few of these.
I'm trying to find a visual representation of this demon temptress
yeah.
that I've read so much about.
And then randomly there is a window at the back that whether this is some kind of magic or something, it's just a window that shows the astral plane and brings some light into the room. Great. It doesn't feel so enclosed, so closed in.
All right. So Markeith thanks you, and I'm assuming Eabis is going to make the tea, and
yep,
and he puts this like small. It's a crystal ball, is what it is. He puts this small crystal ball down in the center of the room, and he covers it with a thick black velvet blanket, and he takes his hand over it and sort of like it starts to manipulate the blanket a little bit, and you can see that small holes begin to appear in the velvet blanket, and he waves his fingers, and your window disappears for a moment, and it's totally dark in this room except this glowing crystal that is now shooting small dots of light up through it and encircling it on the ceiling. And it's almost like what's one of the astronomy the
planetarium.
It's almost like a planetarium effect.
It shows the night sky or whatnot.
Yeah, but it's not the night sky. It's like it's just at first it's sort of like pixelated dots, and then he says, up, look up there. Yes. And he begins to manipulate it, and
is that a clown?
and you see that it's forming into a map, and it's a map of Hardat. And he says, all right, so you've been here, Wint Manor, and he points way down to the south on the map, and he says, and you've been here just to the north of this, in the town here, and you're going to be going, and he moves the light down, and you see it's like if it was 10 miles from Wint Manor to the town, it's 50 times that distance, and it's to the east. And he says, here, and he takes his fingers and he sort of expands them, and it like zooms in on this building, and he says, we start here in the prison. I have arranged for you all to choose your new reams for this mission. All the men in this prison will be condemned. You may choose who you like, for what you like. I believe that these men have all been picked up in disparate regions of Hardat and will not be recognized in the plains here. We have heard news of a soul-drinking artifact in Hardat. It's small, it's mobile, and it's not quite awakened yet. But the signs are very clear. Dreams are going missing. A few small children have been walking and then suddenly said some kind of message and then died. We think it's the work of a rising lich. It's possibly Bodum, possibly worse. It will be a bit like the book, except you'll be going into a place that is not cursed. And we are not fully sure what the item is.
Is this a situation where we grab the item and bring it back here to the same place?
That would be the idea. As best we can tell, it's maybe only consumed 20, 30 people. Barely a blip from our sensor.
What do you know that is worse than Bodum, or was that merely hyperbole in order to frighten us?
Hyperbole, except that if we don't, at least Bodum is a known foe. The very worst is new upstarts that realize that they can get on the path. And if that's what we have, we just won't know anything about them. At least with Bodum, we steal the item, put it in the vault. He gets weaker. The war continues. If it's someone else, who knows? This is an awfully powerful artifact to be from someone just getting started. But if that is true, then you must find that out. We pray it's Bodum.
So you have known foes and unknown foes. Known unknown foes. But the real concern is that out there may be unknown foes.
Exactly. You are quite right.
I follow you perfectly.
Are there protections for us?
Yes. So, you know the light that was the lantern that was carried by
Desdemona.
Desdemona, thank you. By Desdemona. Each of you will have one of these lanterns. I will head in with you on your mounts. And then I will take your bodies back to the Goblin Market. Your protection, if it counts as it, is that if any one of you passes away, then you can send your body into your own lantern or one of your colleagues. I fear if all three of you fall at the same time, it will be difficult, as we will have to find your lanterns. But it is the risk that we take in the Azure Foundry.
So somehow these lanterns will appear where we want them.
No, you'll attach them to your belts. They are very much real. But your bodies your souls, your essences will be safe in them. Once you find your reams, then you will ride even further east. And he moves his hand and he sort of changes the images on the ceiling and he says, to here. And this is where Aeol is. He believes he has identified a small area, and he manipulates the map again. He says, he sort of draws a circle in light, and he says, somewhere inside this circle. And you'll see that there are at least 20 homes in this area, and unfortunately, there is also a castle. We are hoping not in the castle, but it could be.
Have provisions been made for us to exit the prison? Have these prisoners been purchased?
Yes, the prisoners have been purchased from the prison. You have 13 to choose from.
But we will not have to stage an escape.
No escape necessary, no. I will be there with you to facilitate this. And in fact, they know nothing that they're going to be reams. All they know is that the 3 lucky men who will be purchased, or women, will not die this day. The other 13, the other 10 will be executed.
So we are sparing 3. At least temporarily.
Tell yourself that. Yes. You are saving them.
I want to circle back. I was talking about, yes, protections for us if we fall, but are there protections from this book?
Or whatever the object might be. Or
the object, this thing that we are picking up. You said that people come near it and then they die.
All we know is we sense. The Aeol has sensed the presence of something that is amassing souls. We do not know if it is a book. It could be a dagger. It could be a hat. We do not know.
And you do not know how it is amassing souls.
We know nothing.
If we get
all
close
we
to
know
it,
is
will
that it
suck us away?
exists. All we know is that it exists. This is what we do.
Will I get sucked off, Markeith? Will I get sucked off?
Huh? What are you asking, Dinfa?
Most of these items require murder. So if you keep yourself from being murdered, then I think you should be fine.
And remind me, do we know who Aeol is again?
Charnak remembers him as both. Markeith mentioned him before, but Charnak found mention of him as an original scout that was sent out into the world, and it's one of the scouts that has all of the hallmarks of being a lich hunter, but the archives were missing details on any of the lich hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Are you telling me this device sucks so well it can suck the soul right out of your body?
Again, we don't know, but it's very likely that in the process of murder, that yes, the soul will be trapped. Just for instance, the Book of the Dead did this by empowering spellcasters. And when their spells ended someone's life, the soul entered the book. It could be something like that. It could be something more straightforward. Again,
I understand.
We've seen arrows that do this, that are unbreakable and unmissable.
So it really could be anything that is either capable of causing harm or attached to somebody that could cause harm?
Yes. Aeol will help you find it.
Very well. Do you have any other questions, gentlemen?
Well, I suppose, how will we know who the device is connected to once we get it?
You'll have to bring it back to the vault.
But then everyone's in danger.
Right. Everyone's in danger now. You mean everyone here?
Yes, in the foundry.
Only if you murder us.
But the book was like a beacon to
Fitzroy.
Fitzroy.
Yes.
If this is Bodam, it is a direct link to the foundry. He will come straight here.
I'd like to see him try. He's not safe in the foundry. He would never try to attack us here.
Okay.
I like your confidence, but I do feel like you just jinxed it.
Famous last words.
Any other questions?
No.
When do we start?
Yes, I would choose the piece of ream meat with the most remaining teeth.
It's an interesting decision point to use teeth.
And he holds up 3 lanterns and he says,
Teeth are important to me and is also an indicator of overall health. You may not use this metric. I have already called dibs.
Saddle your mounts. Bring them out here, and we shall go through the portal.
All right. I grab a lantern.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And I also grab the backpack of holding.
Yep.
So
the haversack of holding.
Yeah. You should attach it to your mount. Yeah, you should attach it to your mount.
Yeah.
So you go to the portal, and Markeith says,
Wait! I step outside the door of Dinfa's place, and I go, "Ah!" And then Kozel comes sauntering up, and then starts munching some grass, just far enough away to look like it wasn't to come to me.
Yeah. He's a bit of a cat, huh?
I go over to get my elk Illuvian, and I look at the title of the stable. What is the title of the stable?
Tavern's Stable of Slugs.
Okay, so he wasn't fucking around. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do I see when I read? All right, I'm ready to go.
Okay. So you are approaching the building that has the portal in it, and
by the way, sorry, I should mention, because this only came up on the bonus, that Charnak saddles his panther mount.
Nice.
Who is named Mount.
I love it. So you're approaching the building, and
mount forward,
and you see a small dog bounding.
Eat that dog.
Bounding toward you. and
just kidding, Mount. No.
And
you must understand sarcasm, Mount, if we are to get along.
And the dog runs around, and you hear it breathing, and it sounds like it's breathing like a man. And it's like a little schnauzer.
What is that? What does that sound like, Tom?
It's like bounding toward you. And
sounds like somebody got his Father's Day present today.
and it goes up, and it sort of walks around the goat and goes, "No, goat." And then it sort of walks around the panther. He goes, "Oh, beautiful cat." And it comes over to the elk and goes, "And you look familiar." And he stops, and he turns around again, and he licks his balls a little bit, and he goes, "Gentlemen, I just want to say I'm so sorry for menacing you the way I did the other day when you brought the book back. I'm feeling much more like myself now. Thank you."
Fitzroll?
Oh, yes. I just wanted to wish you well on your trip out back toward Hardat. I just want to remind you, these items are dangerous. Once a soul has been sucked by these items, you can't save it. Just don't let the soul that gets sucked be your souls.
By the elk, I think we broke him.
You were the one asking to be sucked off.
I am concerned.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you. I don't feel like myself, but that's how I'm supposed to feel. Not like myself. I haven't been a good man for some time, and I want to be a good man. So thank you.
We are at your service.
Get whatever the hell this thing is, bring it back here, and tell Aol. Just tell him thanks. We understand his sacrifice.
We will do that.
Thank you. You should know he's not been allowed to step foot in any of the Goblin markets for millennia. His friends are here, his family's here, and Just great scouts. They
never return.
They just don't return. I had a chance to do that, and I decided to do this instead. And they don't hate me for it. They understand what I did, and by God, they're good. They're good people. Good luck, gentlemen. And he bounds back toward the tower. And Markeith says, "Yes, it's been very weird here, hasn't it? It's been very weird.
These past few months have been weird. Everything is upside down."
Oh, that old Goblin. I mean, that book probably had 100,000 souls in it. I don't know how that works. I don't know how powerful a single soul is, but I can't imagine he had even 200,000 souls amassed inside of him, but who knows? He's old. He's powerful, and he's still got something left.
We hope.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'm ready.
Yes, let us go.
All right. And Markeith takes out of his satchel a tiny little like almost like a toy, and it looks like a wagon, and he says, "Give it 3 seconds before you come in behind me." And he walks in through the portal.
1, 2, 3.
And then we all try to walk in together, and we get stuck in the door like the Three Stooges.
Get that punt out of my way.
Goat just goes.
All right. So you get through the portal.
Yes, Eabis, go first.
and your goat and your elk and your panther take you all in. And when you arrive on the other side, Markeith is sitting in a large war wagon, and it's being pulled by 2 war horses. And he says, "All right, gentlemen, tie your mounts up, get in the back of the wagon, and enter your lanterns, and I'll carry you into the prison myself."
Oh, wait. Is there a special signal we give to Gregor Wint if we run into him?
You're not going to see Gregor. He's hundreds of miles away.
How is he?
Fine. He's got a new Kyber. And they're not...
What?
They're not doing kind things to him. Bodum sent more people to him. And...
He's got a new Kyber already?
Yeah, Bodum sent their Kybers. A new group of U's. And it looks like he's taking the dwarves and getting ready for war with his uncle. Don't worry. It's months off. We're gonna get him out before anything like that happens.
I just can't believe he moved on so quickly.
Well, he didn't have a choice, and he thinks it's you guys. That's the thing about Kybering.
I'm sure he knows the difference.
Yeah,
but it is neither here nor there. We must focus on what we are doing now.
Yeah.
All right. It just sounds like there's trouble brewing.
Yes. Plenty of trouble brewing.
We're going to... Well,
this takes precedent.
We'll keep our eyes open. I just don't want us to run into any difficulty.
Well, you're in a long line of work then, friend.
I suppose I just want to be prepared for all situations.
Just for once, can't we have one of these things just be smooth sailing?
It might be.
just chit-chatting on the road. We pick up a little artifact, we head home.
Agreed. Always with the problems.
I don't even know if Dinfa has any brothers or sisters. That's how little we've had a chance to just, shoot the breeze on these missions.
Charnak, I told you, I'm an only child. I told you.
I don't remember that, but okay.
I still don't know if he has any brothers or sisters. Can you believe it?
Well, I'll tell you later. And then I go into the lantern.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
Eabis, that reminds me. I was going to tell. And then I go into the
lantern.
Boys are strange. And then I go into the lantern.
Okay. All right. So you're on Markeef's belt. So 3 small lanterns. We're talking about a small oil lantern, 6 inches tall with a 2-inch diameter or so. So it's just it's not a giant lantern, is what I'm saying. It's like it's fine. Guys, it's fine.
It's a totally average sized lantern.
It's super adequate. It throws 10 foot of light. Listen. How much more light do you need? It fine.
Doesn't matter how big the lantern is. It's how much light does it throw.
It throws plenty of light. God damn it. So they recognize Markeef's war wagon. They call him through, and you enter this prison. It's a small little regional prison, but it looks like there's probably 50 or 60 cells in the sort of at ground level, so it's not underground. And there's probably 10 or 15 guards here, and the warden comes out and greets Markeef, and you kind of hear him talking a little bit, and then he comes back and puts the belt back on that has the lanterns, and he is speaking to you, and he says, okay, they've got elves, they got halflings, they got one real big boy. You might like him, Dinfa. They got a dwarf. They got a couple of humans. Females, males. I think
Describe
they all have...
to me the one that has the most remaining teeth.
And he says, probably that's Velto Crass. He was a swindler. He used to sell fake relics. And as far as I can tell, he is a half-elf.
He is a half-elf man.
Half-elf man, yeah.
You say his name is Velto Crass.
Velto Crass.
Velto Crease.
Yeah.
There, very well. He will do.
All right.
I claim him.
All right. What are you looking for, Dinfa?
Who is the big boy?
He's nasty. His name is Mern Dax.
Mern Dax.
He's an arsonist, and he torched a noble's granary. And there were 6 farmers inside of it when he did it. Scheduled for execution. Super happy to be chosen if you're going to choose him.
Well, he might be executed by my decisions. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah, I think you should claim him and ream him.
What race? What species?
So he's human. He's about, and he holds his hand up and says, "This high times 3." And
Ooh.
It's like 6'6". 6'6", 6'7". Yeah, and he says he weighs a lot of stones. I don't know how many. Probably 20 times my size.
He's perfect.
All right. And how about you, Eabis? What are you looking for?
I am not particular, but if there is one who seems to have more of a magical touch than another, that might be the way to go.
There is a devil.
Really?
Yeah, and she... I don't have a lot of info on her. All I know is that she was a town guard who killed a tax collector in a drunken rage with her mind.
That sounds promising.
Yeah. She claimed it was self-defense of a starving mother, but... Yeah. Warden says it was cold-blooded murder.
Well, we are choosing from prisoners, so
yeah.
I suppose that will do.
All right. Her name is Igana Briarshank.
You gonna do what?
Igana Briarshank.
And then what are her stats?
I wanna you buy me a shank.
It's the same, Tim. You're gonna
right.
have the same.
Mechanically, it doesn't make a difference.
Mechanically,
right?
it doesn't make a difference for you.
So, but like speed is still the same as Davman's 25.
So she's 30. Yeah, she's
Okay.
30. Yeah. All right. So Markeef acknowledges your choices, points to the 3, and you see a fight break out among the other 10 people as they're desperately trying. And a dwarf calls out and says, No, pick me. I'm so strong. I crush heads together. Look at this. And he grabs 2 prisoners who's right there, and he actually kills 2 people, crushing their heads, 2 of the people
brave.
who are surviving. And the guard stabs him in the heart, and Merndax.
Wait, I pick it. Oh no.
and Merndax.
Never mind. No, I didn't really. It was a momentary impulse. I'm fine.
You see that Merndax. This is yours, John. He almost he can't believe he's been chosen for this, and he's about to start running, and he looks over at the guard, reaffirms, points at him, and he makes his way over there, and Velto, he is so slender, but he is so quick on his feet, and he just glides toward you, and Igana, she has scars everywhere. It looks like the local authorities have just beaten her to a pulp, but she holds her head high and makes her way over to Markeef, and you hear her say that, I'll let you say it, but something on the order of she knew she was going to be fine, that her god hadn't given up on her yet. So.
I knew that I wouldn't be forsaken.
All right. So
God,
Markeef tells him to mount up and gets Velto to get on the very large panther. And Max,
like, wait, who's mounting? Oh yeah.
and Mern gets on the elk, and Igana looks really uncomfortable as she's trying to get up on this goat. And I'm gonna let you guys do your thing. What's your saving throw?
Nobody looks cool mounting a goat.
No, nobody looks cool mounting a goat.
Just wait till you see Eabis do it.
What's your spell save DC?
13.
In controlled or in
controlled? Yeah.
17.
Okay.
15.
All right, this is for John. 13 minus 1 is 12.
Yes.
So you are in Merndax, and Tim, what's yours? 17?
17.
This is good.
How'd you get to 17? You got a 20 charisma?
The Bloodwell Vials plus 1, and then I have 18 charisma.
Yep. All right, that's a 6. And Sam, yours is 15. Okay. So you all 3 successfully get in, and just sort of describe it, because they're sort of looking really uncomfortable on these mounts as they get up on them. and now you are occupying their bodies.
I mean, Eabis's usual thing is it looks like she's going to like scream in the Reem's face, but no sound comes out. It's almost like it's in a frequency that nobody can hear.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but are we doing this from
But now we're just coming out of lanterns.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're not in our bodies. So
I float like a little will-o'-the-wisp, and then I ream the hell out of this guy.
I imagine for Eabis, you almost see like the form of her face, like take a shape in the gas, and looks like a scream, almost like that shot in The Mummy, where you see like out of the dust,
grody,
and then just like the scream happens, and then you see the startled look on Igana, and like almost like the gasp gets like gasped in.
That's awesome.
Velto looks really excited to be given this reprieve and scared to be sitting on the back of a panther. And then all of a sudden looks like all of this disgusts him.
And then sees this character get on a panther. And then an elk walks up to him. And then he looks at Markeith like, I'm supposed to get on this? Markeith's like, yeah, and so he climbs up on it awkwardly. It's like these creatures aren't even meant to be ridden. And then a laser beam goes from the lantern to the back of his head. It's like he got smacked in the back of the head.
Ooh.
And then Dinfa does not like this person very much.
Are those prisoner corpses for sale? My mount is hungry.
Yeah, we could. Oh wait, you said that you had to say that to Markeith, right? Yeah,
I suppose.
Yeah,
or to the warden or the guards.
A warden looks over at you and says, "Velto, you ought to be saying your lucky prayers that you're still alive, man. I'd get the hell out of here before anybody changes their minds. This guy paid for you under the Mercantile Service Clause 7B. Take your prayers and keep doing them, man. You're lucky. You're lucky. Everybody else here's going to die."
I turn to Markeith and give an elaborate bow.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I look forward to our future endeavors to...
All right, so you guys turn and you start heading out, and you're riding with Markeith, and you know, he's in his wagon, he has your bodies, and he says, "Well, gentlemen, I'm going to open up this portal again. Your bodies are there. I want you to be able to come back when you're ready. We haven't discussed this before, but..." And then he pulls something out of his pouch, and it's a small rock, and he says, "This right here is a one-time use teleportation portal right back to the Foundry. You toss it on the ground as hard as you can, it breaks, and you got a minute to go through it."
That sounds great. I'll take it.
Good luck, fellas. You know where you're going. And he points in the direction. He says, 10, 15 miles that way, and you're gonna find a shack, and that's where you're gonna find Aol. He's there waiting for you.
Shack.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Aol, not Shack. Got it.
Yeah.
We have been downgraded from manor to shack.
That is just our first rendezvous.
Yeah. You're gonna meet up with him there. Good luck, fellas.
Thank you.
May the market be with you.
And with you.
And he rides forward, and he suddenly opens up a portal, and he goes through, and when the back of his wagon goes through, the portal disappears, and you all feel like your bodies are cut off from you again.
And the lanterns, we just kind of have them attached to our.
Are they on each of our
new
reams?
Mounts or the new bodies or?
They're attached to your mounts. Yeah,
okay.
They're attached to your mounts. They're like on saddlebags.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys gonna start heading?
Yeah,
indeed.
All right. So, this is all basically plains from here. There's very few trees, rocks. It's very, very, very flat. You see it's very long grasses, and occasionally you see an animal sort of scurry along and sort of bend the grass down.
How's the rain?
The rains of the plains. There's no plain.
I've heard that's where it mainly stays.
Yeah, it does. So you're riding for like an hour and a half, and this is just constantly rolling golden grasses that just ripple like waves in the ocean under this like big vast blue sky.
Remain vigilant. I mistrust these grasses.
There's wisps of fog that's in the distance, but everything is very clear skies where you are now.
Eabis, keep an eye on yon wisps. They may portend some danger.
Okay.
You do see, as you're riding, you notice a few areas here where the grasses are sort of burnt, gone. It almost looks like there's been some wildfires recently.
Dinfa, spy yon scorched spots and mark them. We do not yet know what may have caused such unusual areas.
Can I make a perception check?
Yeah, sure.
16.
Unclear. It is weird that it would be nearly perfect circles of sort of ash and like burnt ground here, but you're seeing them all over the place now as you're riding. You're seeing them in the distance because it's so golden. You can see the places where it's dark. It's clear that like there are burns all over the place in these plains.
Wow. Yeah, these are definitely weird. Charnak, what could cause something like this?
A passing dragon crying tears of flame.
I'm sorry I asked.
That's not very useful.
You didn't say what would be useful. You said what could have caused this. I merely gave one example.
The least probable example.
Do you have a better idea?
Spontaneously combusting musicians placed at haphazard intervals along the path.
Never mind. Let's just keep moving.
Yeah. All right. So you keep going. You've been riding for about 2 hours now. You know it's supposed to be 15 to 20 miles. You feel like you've gone probably 15 miles now, and you're not seeing any shack yet.
Are we still seeing scorched spots?
Still seeing scorched spots all over the place.
Dinfa, I recognize that one.
Oh, please enlighten me.
Oh, that is where I had a most passionate love-making session with your mother.
Jeez.
Fucking. Hold up. Hold on.
Hold up here.
That's
I need
it.
to look at my character
That's
sheet
it.
and assess my options.
That's it. What the fuck I can throw? I'm gonna throw a hand axe at him. 15.
You really throwing a hand axe?
Yes.
at him?
Son of a bitch!
I catch it on my shield. My AC's 19.
Do not mention my mother.
Jesus.
Well, that's the same advice she gave me.
This is so fucked up, man.
12.
He's still throwing axes. Jesus.
Very well, very well. I will return your hand axes to you. It's been 15 miles of grass. I believe it has driven me slightly mad.
Son of a bitch. Give them to me.
Oh, man. All right. So,
Eabis, I recognize that scorch mark over there.
How do you recognize that one?
It is where I delivered an insult so blistering to one of your kinsmen that she burst into flames on the spot.
That would be fun if it was believable.
all right.
Okay, let us...
Dinfa, I never thought I would say this, but you may be the more entertaining of the two.
I am just tired of your bullshit, you two. Let us scan for this shack. It must be around here somewhere. There's just grass. I mean, fucking have a look around.
Yes, do a shack scan.
All right. So who's doing the scan?
I am.
I'm gonna.
I have the
too.
best eyes in this party. I shall look around.
Okay.
22 perception.
Look at that. Oh.
23 perception.
You motherfucker.
Oh,
10
damn.
perception.
You guys have high perception.
I roll
All
like
right.
ass.
So you're writing. You're
I
going
have
in the
lowest
right direction.
Bonus, of course.
Yeah. You know you're going in the right direction. You're seeing these scorch marks. I mean, they're very, very common now, and are you looking up? I guess. Like, what are you really scanning? Because you said dragon. Are you thinking it might be a dragon?
No.
Charnak was not literally thinking that, but I would think that because the sky is so clear and blue, and because the grass is so, the plain is so flat, that any movement, anything,
Got it.
A little out of the ordinary would catch the eye.
So you're just scanning. You're head on a swivel,
Scanning, scanning, enhance.
You see, it's a flash. You see something that it looks like it's either very, very small or very far in the distance.
Somebody flashed me.
Fly straight down into the grass. And you kind of lose it for a second. And now you see the grass is sort of bending and moving in a almost direct straight line toward you. And at about 1,000 feet away, you see that it splits, and there are now 3 areas that are sort of bending down and moving. It's moving very fast toward you.
Are our mounts doing anything?
Your mounts do not notice. And John, Dinfa does not see it.
Eabis, spy on disturbance, which I've noticed.
Yes, I see that. It is coming towards us very quickly. I think we might slow down and be ready.
Haha, this is funny. You're trying to play another trick, yes?
No, Dinfa. No. Look that way. It's about...
1,000 feet.
It's far away.
I don't see
900.
anything. I don't see anything.
850.
Oh, wait. No. Now I see it.
No. You say that, and then you don't see it again. It's like you're just imagining it.
It came from something that dove from the air.
What?
Something dove through the air, hit the ground, started coming this way, split into 3.
I see 3.
That is the entire story as far as I can tell at this point.
And now you see that they are moving they're still moving almost directly toward you, but they're now seem to be braking a little bit. So one that's heading straight toward you is slowing down, and the other two are moving in a wider angle to flank you.
It's fucking velociraptors. They're flanking us.
Clever girl.
Pack animals.
The two from the side that we did not even know were there.
They're performing a pincer movement. I say we spur these mounts and attack to the left.
All right.
Okay.
We spur the mounts and swing left.
And so you're going to try to intercept one?
Yes.
Okay.
That is trying to get around us on the left side.
So you're moving, and you are probably 3 turns away from intercepting, and then you see behind you that the one that's going to the far right is now turning and is coming toward you as well. So it was aware of you, and the one that was coming dead on, you've lost it in the grass.
Of course, I see the one behind us. I have eyes in the back of my head.
All right. And we're going to be in initiative.
All right.
7.
9.
God damn. 10.
All right.
9, 10, 11.
All right. Okay.
And it got the 11.
It got the 11. Yeah.
Look at this mounted combat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I changed the name of this thing, and for some reason it still shows up in the damn order with the name on it.
Yup.
Damn.
I will destroy this Drake like my name was Kendrick Lamar.
Wow.
It is not like us.
The two of us will strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
Beautiful.
All right, so you're now getting flanked on their turn. The one that you're moving to intercept actually turns a little bit away from you and is now moving away. And you sense that there's one behind you that's gaining on you. And what is your movement speed?
These say 60.
Yeah, you gave us all warhorse mounts. I changed mine to my goat. Mine is 40.
Okay.
The goat is the slowest, and I think the elk is 50, and then the panther, I don't remember.
Yeah, I think
panther was
50 or 60. Yeah. So assuming that you're dashing,
but we're dashing. Yeah.
Assuming you're dashing, the one who is behind you is still catching up to you. The one ahead of you is not outpacing you, so you're catching it, even though it's turned, almost in a straight line. Now it's like moving away from you directly, but you're catching it. It's like an extra. You're covering 30 or 40 feet per round, heading toward it. And you're getting a little bit of separation between you all. So who has the fastest? Whose speed is the fastest? Elk?
Probably me and Sam are tied. I'm at 50.
Okay. So you're pulling out ahead a little bit. It's not so much. 45, you said, Tim?
No, it's 40.
40.
Just the goat's 40.
So you're getting a little bit. You're 10, 15 feet every round, 20 feet per round. You're getting ahead of Eabis. And the thing in the grass behind you, Eabis, is currently 200 feet behind you.
Okay.
And gaining on you.
Okay.
If you keep this up, it'll be, let's see, 2 rounds. It's going to catch you.
Okay.
And it does. It's moving, it's dashing, and the one that's running away from you guys, you're going to get it in about 2 turns at your current speed.
So it is running away. It's not running right at us.
No, it's running away from you. So now you're in this line almost. There's one chasing you and one that you're chasing now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you've lost track of the one that was dead on.
Mm-hmm.
And my halberd is out.
Okay. So that's their turn, and Dinfa.
Okay. So at the moment, no one is close to us.
So this thing you're catching it by about 50 feet. So it's about 100 feet away from you right now in the grass. So in 2 turns, you will catch it.
Or 1 turn if I dash with the horse.
No, you're if you continue dashing. If you continue dashing on your elk, you will reach it in 2 turns.
Okay. And then the one behind you said is catching up with Eabis.
Yeah,
but
it's hard to see because Eabis is now like lagging behind a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's catching. It's catching all 3 of you.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. I just keep moving toward the dash toward the drake.
Okay. So your horse dashes
toward whatever is in the grass.
Okay. And don't forget you still have an action because your horse is dashing, not you. So if you have anything else you want to do, you can ready an attack or something like that.
Well, so this is what I want to do. I want the elk to be able to do a trample attack, but because I also have the polearm master, I can make an attack once it gets within my range.
Mm-hmm.
And so once I catch it, I can do I can hit it with the polearm and then pull it out of the drake and let the elk trample it the rest of the way.
Okay.
Which then leaves Charnak the ability to attack from there.
Yeah. I mean, you have 2 turns before you get to it. So, but you're going to dash.
Let me see. I have 2 turns. I can dash with the I could dash with the elk, but I could probably pull out my bow and fire, yeah?
You could.
And then stow it and pull the halberd back out on the next turn. So I'll take a longbow shot at
it.
Natural 20.
Whoa. Okay,
nice.
That's going to hit. That is going to hit. It's very hard to hit in the grass. This thing is small. But that's going to hit for sure.
That B is a crit. Here we go. 15.
Okay.
15 piercing.
Okay.
And then I put away the longbow and I prepare the lance attack with my halberd and the trample attack with my horse.
Okay. All right. And it is you, Eabis.
Part of me wants to square up with this thing. Do you shoot the one that was behind us or the one that was running away, John?
The one that was running away.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna wheel the goat around, and start running toward the one that is coming at us.
I thought the goat was supposed to be carrying you. Now you're wheeling the goat around?
Come on.
Controlled mount, bro.
All right. So we'll say that, you're gonna make a turn. It's not like, just turning.
I'm not gonna stop and turn around. No,
yeah.
it's gonna make like a U-turn, but at speed. So
let's say you take about 20 feet to get back to your current position. So you're facing down because you're not slowing down at all.
Right.
And then so you make another 20 feet. So now it's you're running toward each other. It's 180 feet away at this point.
Okay.
From you. If you dash, it'll be 140 feet away.
Yeah, and everything else is outside of my range at this point. But
okay.
I kind of wanted to go to charge it and ram it and see if I can't just headbutt it down.
Okay.
Because that would be super cool, but I can't do that this turn.
All right, so you're going to dash. It's now 140 feet away.
140, yeah.
Yeah. Now you still have actions. You still have your own actions.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I got to make sure I didn't put my mage armor on, so I'll put my mage armor on.
Okay.
But everything else it's too far.
Okay. All right.
But I will tell the other guys that I am doing that, and maybe let's see, mage armor. I guess I could do a bonus action, establish a telepathic link with Dinfa.
All right.
Cool.
Awesome. Okay.
No
Charnak,
one
it's
ever
you.
wants to establish a telepathic link with Charnak.
You have no idea this has happened. He's so whiny, isn't he?
Absolutely, I cannot stand it. So glad we can do this.
All right, Sam, it's you.
When you can complain about the other friend in the group chat.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're not
literally
in.
last time I used this, it was with Charnak. So
All right, Charnak, it's you.
Charnak races along on his panther at max speed, extends his arm out to the side, and a hawk appears on his arm, and he
Ooh.
flings it into the air.
Nice.
He has summoned a bestial spirit.
Hell
Ooh,
yeah.
nice.
This is going to be of the flying variety.
Do you need me to give you? Do you have a?
I've got the stat block. I mean,
Okay.
I'm looking at it, but
Okay.
I don't have a token.
I think I can just quickly give you a token. Okay.
Do I have control of it?
I think you do.
I think I do.
So you'll need to bring out the token of it, and then
It just acts on my turn after me, though.
yes, yeah. Okay. So this turn, what's your passive perceptions?
20.
18.
Fuck. All right.
15.
All right. This is +3 here on this one. Oops. All right. So all three of you see that exactly above the grass line. So, like, this thing knew that you were tracking it through the grass, and it is now flapping its wings. It's small, tiny, but it is cruising along exactly above the grass line. It is a red flying creature, hard to make out what it is at this range, but it is moving at you at a rate of about 160 feet per round.
Damn.
And this one is going to be able to intercept. It saw the goat wheel around, and it's now on an intercept course for the goat, and you all see this. And other one, this one. So Tim, the one so you have two heading toward you now.
Yeah, I knew it was fast. I didn't know it was that fast. Holy shit.
The one that's flying directly toward you only flies like 80 feet toward you. So now it's
60.
It's 60 feet away from you. And the other one is going to get to you next round. It's only about 80 feet away from you now.
Wait, so these things are flying now?
They've always been flying.
Yeah, I don't think they were ever on the ground. They were just like parting
they were in the grass.
Parting the grass.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about these things the bodies of these things are about as big as a man's fist. So they're small. And you realize that when you saw it dive into the grass, you thought it was larger than it was, but it was actually just closer than it was.
Than I thought.
Yeah.
So what do they look like now? We can see them.
So they're flying. So you make out these sort of lizard-like bodies. These look like little dragons, and they are red. And you see that they both all three, or the one that's flying toward you has little horns on his head that looks an awful lot like an actual red dragon's head. And I think the one that's running away from you, yep. That's all they can do. So you are dashing. You can catch the guy that you're chasing this round.
Who are you talking to?
Sorry, John. Sorry, it's
Okay.
sorry.
You were looking at him, but it,
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So Dinfa, you've been dashing. So you're going to be able to hit him with the halberd, but you're just going to get to him this round. You're just going to catch him. So you won't be able to trample him. You won't be able to go through him.
Well, and
this round.
That would be hard anyway. Would you still give me the trample later, even though they're in the air?
They're in the air. It's really going to be tricky.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to let you try, but you're going to have some major malices to get it done.
Yeah. All right. Halberd reaction attack. 12. Fuck.
Yeah, that's going to miss. I mean, this thing is deep in the grass, and so you're sort of swinging wildly at it. You get multiple attacks though, right? So,
That was
But I
just your
can't. That's
reaction.
the reaction attack.
oh, that's your reaction attack
when it gets into my space. Now I
Okay.
can attack.
Okay.
Now I can attack it a few times.
Okay.
Okay. What's up?
Is that how that works with a controlled mount?
Well, this is Polearm Master.
Yeah, he has Polearm Master. I
And
think
so
so.
when-
I think if it's
When it gets in my space,
I
I can
see.
attack
It's
it.
normally,
but I ran
But like
to
if
it.
you ran up to a
Yeah.
guy, you wouldn't be like, I also
Yeah.
get my reaction.
Yeah, that's true.
this will
that's
be
true.
the first attack. I think that's right. So 12 is the first attack.
All right.
Yeah.
23.
23. Yeah, you feel contact. You feel contact with it.
Okay. And let me get the right thing here. 5 slashing.
Jeez. Sorry, I didn't mean to be a dick about it. I just see that big halberd swing, and I expect it to be more than 5
Yeah,
damage.
gotta be more than 5. But I'm rolling like shit.
Yeah.
And then can I get the bonus action attack on the controlled mount?
What's the
butt
bonus
end?
action attack?
The butt end. I'm like swinging at it, and then I can like hit it with the side of my stick, maybe.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, you can. You swing, and then you can sort of come down with it because you're right up on it now.
Yeah. 15.
15. All right, so it has +2 in this grass like this, and you hit exactly where it is. You know it's right there, and you just don't make contact with it though.
It's like hitting a mosquito.
Yeah, it's really small.
Ah, it vanished. Damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. And Eabis, it's you. 60 feet away right now.
Okay, so my goat speed is 40, which sucks because I was going to charge this thing. But if I dash, I can't also attack with the mount. But 60 feet away is plenty close to do something like magic missile.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you have to see it to hit it with a magic missile?
Yes.
Because you know where it is, but you can't actually see this one. Now, you can see the one that's coming at you from the side.
Right. So yeah, I guess that would be the play is to hit the one that I could see.
Okay.
I mean, otherwise I could have the goat run by, and I could time my Casting to when it passes.
Right.
Because I could dash.
That's true.
So that was my thought, but I'll just aim it at the one that I can see coming already.
Okay.
So I'll just cast a level 1. I don't know how strong these things are. Level 1 magic missile. That is I rolled a 1, so 2 damage times 3.
Okay.
6 damage.
All right.
Guys aren't setting a very high bar here.
No.
Are you going to dash?
Yeah, I'm going to have the goat dash past the one that was coming toward me.
Okay.
And
are you going to, how close are you going to get to it?
I mean, ideally the goat would run through it and put its head down and just ram it, but I can't do that if I dash technically due to action economy. So, I think I would run past it and then start turning again.
Okay. So are you going to run right past it? And I'm only asking you if you're going to get close enough for it to do an opportunity attack on you, or if you're going to sort of angle it around.
I guess I would start wheeling around before I get there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, technically everything's moving simultaneously.
Right.
Yeah. In the reality of the world here. But I think I would start to curl in on the path that the other one is, like towards the one that is coming towards me.
The one you can see?
So kind of splitting between the two to make the angle a little bit more difficult for each of them.
Okay. All right. And Charnak.
All right. So the one that Dinfa hit, if my mount dashes, I can catch it on this turn too?
Yep. You can be up next to it in melee range.
And my bestial spirit also has a fly speed of 60.
Okay.
So it's slightly faster than the panther.
So it will also have to, because it is 80 feet away from you.
So let me say this. If I cast it on the beginning of my last turn, before my movement.
Absolutely. Yeah. Then it will be there in time.
It could have dashed last turn.
Yeah. Right? It could be all the way to it then. On that turn. So it can start this turn, edit.
Okay. So first off, I'm going to bonus action use my planar warrior feature. Okay.
And you don't have to see it to do, because that's about you, right?
I do.
The planar warrior.
It has to be within 30 feet of me and I have to see it.
Okay. So you cannot see it.
I'm dashing up.
Okay.
And I'm right on it.
Okay. So when you get up on it,
can I still see it?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is flying, and it is a little bitty red dragon.
All right. Planar warrior.
Okay.
And I attempt to spear it with my rapier.
Okay.
19.
19 will hit.
Boom.
That is 13 force damage.
13 force damage. Okay. Still alive. And it's like the grass is still kind of hiding it. You can see it and you can't see it. You can see it, you can't see it as you're slicing it at this place.
Okay. And I will attempt to spear it again. And I just realized, no, I don't think I can use favored foe because I'm concentrating.
Mm-hmm.
I know there was some debate about this in the rules discussions, but it says when you hit a creature with an attack roll, you can call on your mystical bond with nature to mark the target as your favorite enemy for 1 minute or until you lose your concentration as if you were concentrating on a spell.
So, I mean, that sounds to me like you could concentrate on two things at once.
That's what I thought, but let me see. Yeah. Okay. No, I agree with you.
Okay.
So I am going to mark it as assuming I hit. I will mark it as my favored foe.
All right.
Rapier. 10.
Yeah, that misses.
Okay. And then I go, ha! And my hawk dives in a flyby attack.
All right.
That is a 9.
It's going to miss.
All right, that's my turn.
All right. So the dragon that you're chasing, that you have just hit with your rapier and your halberd, you hear it let out this blood-curdling scream that is so much louder than a tiny little red dragon ought to be able to make. It reverberates through the grasses, and then you see it pop up and begin to fly up in the air, almost straight up. And you will all get attacks of opportunity on this.
Okay.
Tim, not yet for you, but
26.
okay, that hits.
11.
Oof.
12.
12 is a miss. Your bird flew by, so he's not like engaged in melee right now, right? Yeah.
Right.
So it flies up and then it turns and it lets out its breath at you. And it is 48. It has a DC 17 saving throw.
At which of us? Because I'm not near the other
This
two.
is not near. This is just.
Okay.
This is just Dinfa, Dinfa's elk, the panther, and
Now
and
listen,
Charnak.
I will say this. You say it's a DC 17 saving throw.
DC 12. DC 12. Sorry, DC 12.
I'm
Sorry,
like, that's
DC 12
not what it
dex.
says on the screen.
DC 12 dex.
17 for Charnak.
12 for Dinfa.
Good enough.
And then our
and
mounts have to do it too.
then-
Your mount's gonna have to do it too. Yeah.
9.
All right.
Oh, I don't have a token for my mount, but
I do. You should have it. It's under
Just drag
Sam's
it
mount.
from your compendium. But it's a warhorse unless you change the stats.
I did not change the stats.
I think it's +1.
Yeah, but a panther's +2.
Oh, +2. Okay.
In any case, I'll just roll it. 14.
Okay. All right. So 12 is the damage. If you failed, I mean, if you failed, it's 12. It's 6 if you didn't.
Okay.
And then this thing flies straight up in the air. It's about 50 feet high at this point. Tim, the one that is coming at you that you hit with a magic missile,
Mm-hmm.
it also flies almost straight up in the air, and the one that's in the grasses behind you turns and flies straight up in the air, and those both go up 150 feet up in the air.
Okay.
You watch them fly up, and then about 1,000 feet to the southwest, you see something much, much bigger flying in the air toward you. And it glints in the sun. And for a moment, it's more than just a shade. And you can see it's red. And that's where we're going to end
God
episode
damn.
32? Question mark?
32.
Trouble on the plains, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Those little fuckers were annoying.
Yes, they're very annoying. They have dragon breath like anybody else does, but it doesn't do that much damage. So
Still annoying. Hurts mounts.
yes. Oh, guys. I
I don't know what we're
love
gonna
this.
do. Like the red dragons are the ones that
we're
are
not around a bunch of flammable stuff, you know,
Right. Yeah.
like dry golden grass.
Like dry golden grass.
or with a sorcerer who likes to throw fire at people. So
Yeah, right. Well,
Yikes.
yeah, it's definitely I think well, I don't want to give anything away. But oh yeah, it is immune to fire.
there's a reason I cast magic missile.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. Yeah. Unplanned except kind of planned. Everybody, thanks for coming by. I think this is going to be a good one. They're back in Hardat and going to meet up with an original. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Trying not to get sucked.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/Dungeon Dads to catch the bonus. We're going to talk about this one, talk about what we think is going to happen, maybe some strategies, maybe some attempts to throw Tom off our plans.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely have. I mean, John, how many hit points does your elk have left?
7.
7. Oh, I made a big deal about you getting a mount. You're about to get it killed.
Immediately. You throw a dragon on our mounts, they're all going to die. It's like the thing. Dragons love killing mounts.
They're little. They're little dragons.
Except for this big one that just popped up.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I've been reading The Hobbit to my son at night, and first thing Smaug does when he finds out the dwarves are in the mountain is he flies out there and eats all their ponies.
Yep.
That is how it goes. Dragon 101 right there, man.
Yep.
Literally, yeah.
I mean, he's gonna guzzle yours up, Tim.
Yeah, he might. He might do it. It's all right. My goat's going to knock him prone. Just you wait.
Yeah,
There you go.
Goat
I like
guzzler.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming by, everybody.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for coming by.